This episode of Behind the Billboard is brought to you by Bauer Media Outdoor.
Oh, and here's a little drum roll moment.
This year marks the 20th Outdoor Media Awards.
That's 2 decades of championing the bold ideas and brilliant out-of-home campaigns that stop people in their tracks.
The awards celebrate creativity, planning, innovation, and the work that really gets seen. If you think you've got a winning campaign, mark your calendars, guys. Entries open January 22nd, 2026.
The 20th Outdoor Media Awards, brought to you by Bauer Media Outdoor.
What do you think about people from New York?
New York, New York, New York!
This is 14th Street.
It would take one subway ride for the Dalai Lama to turn into a lunatic, raging person.
Joe DiMaggio joined the Yankees in 1936 and was an instant star.
New York offers you the opportunity to reinvent yourself.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
I am pleased to have Martin Scorsese here.
At night, there's something that happens if you work too long, especially on 54th Street and 11th Avenue. Well, you start to get very depressed around 4 in the morning. It's always 4 in the morning, you know?
And you're in New York City. You're like living Miles Davis's life.
Nothing's happened to me yet. That's why I'm going to New York.
So something happened to you?
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Are you awake?
Are you awake? We're here.
This is episode 4 in New York.
It's episode 4 in New York.
Fucking hell. So we've been here, what, a month?
Yeah, we've been here a month. Our families must really miss us, right?
Oh my God, time is getting warped. So today is, the fourth, well, we're going to have our 4th guest.
Yeah. We've covered a lot of ground so far on this trip, so I'm really looking forward to today. But before we get to today's guest,
what are we going to do now?
We're going to hear from our friends at Bauer Media Outdoor.
We're going to hear about a powerful poster.
A powerful poster.
Powerful poster.
We need to still need to do that jingle, don't we?
Go on.
No, you're going to write it. You're the writer.
Okay.
I'll sing it if you like.
Okay, what? Powerful posters.
Oh, you did it.
Okay, that's Gas Music's job.
That's Gas Music's job, our music sponsor. Let's hear from our friends at Bauer Media and see what they've got for us.
Hi, Dan. Hi, Hugh. Hi to everyone listening. I'm Henry Moffat, creative agency partner at Bauer Media Outdoor, and my powerful poster of the week is Carling's Behind Football Since '93, which I absolutely love. It's the advertising equivalent of your mate who still wears Copper Mundials to five-a-side. It's unfussy, it's iconic, it's absolutely not here for the frills. Rather than over-decorate, it's a proper love letter to the beautiful game in its rawest possible form. The poster is stripped right back, but still striking, like something from a 90s matchday programme. For the brand, it feels spot on and credible. It's sensible in craft, but then somehow still emotional in impact. It's the kind of work you clock from across the street and immediately feel rather than decode. For me, it's a reminder that great outdoor doesn't need bells and whistles, just a truth well told.
That's really good. Love it.
Brilliant.
Love a powerful post.
Nice little interlude there.
Yes. So back to New York.
New York. So today, no, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Awful. So we have Yohan Daver, or Daver.
Daver,
Group Creative Director at BBH USA. So Yohan, my word, he's done I think 3 of our favourite international campaigns.
Yeah.
One of which is
Duncan. Yeah, Duncan at Home.
Duncan at Home, which is just crazy how good it is.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. Just so you know,
go on. I
have moved it to the end of the.
Yeah, I wasn't still not sure. I might have to talk to some listeners and do some research.
No, I want to end on it. It's won the award for us, an international poster, and I want to build up to it. Yeah. I want to look forward to it.
You don't like being challenged. It's all right, JJ. I know what you're going through. Anyway, so we've got Neil. Although Neil, Neil
knows. Neil knows that I'm smart.
I'm just going to move on. There's other words. It's it's going to be good. And there's also Squid Game, which is another brilliant campaign. And BBH USA are right up there with BBH London. It's a brand that's smashing it around the world.
It's
really exciting.
We definitely have to go get them because there is the tree lighting ceremony outside, and I think there is some traffic.
Yeah, I've heard. So for
there's a lot of NYPD walking around as well.
Did you see? Sorry, the policeman with the dog looking in at us about 10 minutes ago. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No,
they're just looking in and then waving. So for listeners to know, again, we're in Newsstand Studios with Joe. It's a brilliant place. Joe is doing a fantastic job, and there's these 2 large windows, and we are like in a goldfish bowl, and whoever walks in stares at us
or takes photos,
waves, and so there's an NYPD cop with his dog. Anyway,
Molly's just text. They're just pulling up outside from the Uber. So
okay,
do you want to go out into the -4 temperature and go get them?
I could go get them. Yohan Daver, Group Creative Director at BBH USA. Welcome to Behind the Billboard.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
I'm going to wave to you. So Dan, so everyone should know Dan and I at the far end of the narrow newsstand, and you're at the other end with Joe, our engineer. So lovely to see you. So thanks for coming on. We know you're busy. There's been some sort of delay because there's a massive Christmas tree.
They're lighting the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree outside.
It's a big deal. Yeah.
But we're missing it. Do you know what time it starts? Molly said it's a bit later, right?
It's already so crowded. I don't think you want to be there.
When we were coming up, there were like 1,000 police waiting to kind of they're putting all the barriers out. So we need to. We're going to record this.
But is it all that happens? They just press a light and all the light's gone.
And they go, wait, I'm sure there's a big ceremony. And
well, pretty much actually, though.
Yeah, actually.
I was expecting I don't know, Rihanna's going to come and perform or something.
Yeah.
Like something, surely.
Right.
No? They're just going to go,
maybe you know something I don't.
Here's the lights.
Maybe the police are going to do like a little dance now. Right, so we'll jump in. We're going to do, what we normally do, because you've not been on before, obviously, we do this thing about the facts. So we find out things about people. Obviously, loads of things, brilliant things have happened in your career. We picked the following 4. Yohan started his career in India, first at BBDO and then BBH India, before coming to America, continuing his journey with the Black Sheep. In LA, and now here with BBH in New York. And then you've just told us briefly that you were in London. You know, you've been in and out of London on jobs. So that's, how many offices is that? That's 1, 2, that's quite a few. That's 4 or 5.
While we were at India, we helped work on projects with London for Axe and Singapore for Nike.
Right.
So I feel like I've covered pretty much most of the BBHs.
Well, is there Singapore? You could go out there, maybe.
Yeah.
Tokyo. You got a couple more.
They should give you badges, like, you know, when you in Disney
Pokemon,
World Week,
collect them all.
Yeah, like Pokemon.
So next fact, along the way, Yohan's work has been recognised at every major award show, winning big at Cannes, D&AD, The One Show, and Clios, and many others. Your work, which we're going to talk about in a minute, includes Black-Owned Friday Every Day, an initiative for Google, and more recently, the fantastic work for Dunkin' at Home. We're very excited to chat about that. And Squid Game as well, which is mega, so all very exciting. I don't know if this is a little known fact or an extra fact. Yohan enjoys pillow fights with his 2-year-old son. He is currently undefeated.
You never let them win, right?
No. How is he going to learn?
It's a life lesson. I have that with my son with golf.
Like I can see you being like that.
Yeah, it's like,
I give him hope, though. I won't lie. I'm like, I'm almost out. I think you're going to win. And then I get back.
How old is he? Like 23? What is he like? Is he young?
He's
chap?
2.5.
2.5.
Man.
And you just said you've been with BBH 13 years.
That's right. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, pretty much my entire career. I started at BBDO. I was there for a year, and then the rest of it has all been BBH.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Really good journey.
Yeah, we I think Dan was mentioning we've had John on the show twice, and we recently did our BTB 100. So it's like the best 100 out of home ideas, billboards of what we think of all time, because it's all our guests. And John was on the episode to take us through them all, and yeah, it was pretty humbling actually listening to him, wasn't it? It was amazing.
I'm sure he had a couple in there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the Black Sheep.
The Black Sheep was in there. Something that defined the agency itself.
But he was still going on about how it doesn't need a line, but then it needed the line to define the ethos of the agency. Anyway, we won't get into that. How are you? Tell us, if you can, what projects you're doing at the moment, stuff that's happening at BBH.
For sure, yeah. So I currently... me and my partner were the creative heads of PS1.
Okay, what's your partner's name, sorry?
Sapna Aluwalia.
Thank you.
So we sort of basically run the JMS business, which it's a really large, super fun business. We've got coffees. You mentioned Dunkin'. We've got Dunkin', Bustelo, Folgers. All three are active right now. We've got stuff coming out on them.
Right.
We have, of course, brands like Uncrustables, Jif, which is really fun. And we've got like Hostess, which is this like incredible heritage brand. And then they're also the leaders in like pet food. So we've got Meow Mix, and we make some really fun stuff for that. We do dog treats with Milkbone. We have Pepperoni. So it's like 10 brands that are all really iconic that we get to have fun with. That's pretty much what we do with them.
And lots of them are active now. So you've had a busy few months.
Yep. I think a lot of the really exciting pieces are going to be coming out between January to July. They're amazing businesses, like so well run. Everything's planned well in advance. So it's like, yeah, we're nearly there on a lot of it. The Dunkin' stuff is out. That was one that we're really excited about, and we're going to continue with some more stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. Hold that thought. We're going to get into Dunkin' in a bit.
Perfect timing for can submissions as well, hopefully.
Well, I unfortunately think we might miss this year.
Oh, yeah?
It's like a lot of it is going to launch in June, July.
Oh.
No, but your Dunkin' stuff will be okay if you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dunkin' should.
We might see you down there. You never know.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Our first regular feature is, well, when we're in the UK, it's called The Billboard at the End of My Street. Here we've renamed it for The Billboard at the End of My Block, because we're here in New York for these special episodes. Have you got one for us? Have you?
I did, actually. I have no billboard at the end of my block street, none of it. But I, every single day while coming into work, go through the Oculus, which is the World Trade Center station.
It's an amazing space, isn't it?
It is. I think it's the best place to actually, as someone who loves advertising, I can like wander and get lost there. There are so many weird activations that happen there. One day for some Netflix show, there was a giant inflated boxer standing there. It's just like there's always stuff happening there. They've got the giant screen,
that big long LED screen,
which it's quite something. We've had work go up on it, and that feels really great. You know, so
it's funny because I'm now looking at it and I can see your work on this.
Oh no, that one is those are the out front live boards that are on the subway train right on the left hand side.
Well, yes, but Oculus also has all the subway stations
and the PATH train and the
PATH train and the other trains. So yes, the Dunkin' work is there. We've had PayPal work go on the big billboard. I remember the reason I put the Elf Beauty ad was before I'd seen it through like our trade media. I was just like going home, and I see an ad about so many dicks, and
so
it was
many
just
dicks,
like, I really like this ad. It like catches your attention. I mean, it's great when it works on you, not because you're in advertising, but just someone going home who stops and goes, why does it say so many dicks up here? I like it.
Yeah, it's a really good ad there. And their whole case study for it is brilliant.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But again, I just love like wandering around Oculus because it's got so many screens and like the good stuff pops out.
And you should see my photo. Every time I go down there into that main atrium, you look up at the superstructure ceiling in that main gallery space.
Yeah.
The light in there's just incredible. And it's such an iconic regeneration of that part of Manhattan.
They say it feels like you're on the inside of a whale or a dinosaur or something, but it really does have that sort of vibe.
Yeah, it's an amazing space.
There's a huge experiential space down there as well. So lots of brands are activating in that atrium in the well of the whales.
Yep, and we are hoping we're one of them in June on one of the things I can't speak about. So I don't know why I bring it up.
There we go.
Keeping the fingers crossed. So yeah, this is a kind of link in a way that, you know, when we talk about the billboard that's closest to your home is just talk about the state of the industry. You know, how are you feeling about it? You know, do you feel it's in a good place? Is there work you've seen lately you're impressed with? Or, you know, what have you seen that you like?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like there's always great work. There's tons of work, which frankly doesn't catch your eye because it's just like fills stuff up. But like, there's always great work. Like currently at our agency, like not just the businesses I'm working on, but like there's so much fun out-of-home work happening. For example, we did this campaign for Patron, which was the censored billboards. I don't know if you've seen those, but like it was really, really fun.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with it, just to be clear. But it's like, I feel like as an industry, we've always had this where it's like, I think from the first day I joined the industry, I heard like people being cynical and it's like, oh, it's all going to hell. And like back in the day, but it's like still every year you go to Cannes and you see something and you're like, fuck, I wish I made that. Am I allowed to say fuck?
Yeah.
No,
we have the explicit.
You can't say can though. No.
So I don't know. I love what we do. I've never lost sight of how fun it is that we get to think of ideas. I get jealous constantly of ideas, and I think that's healthy. And it's like, you just have to like focus and find the really good stuff versus the sea of crap that's out there.
Yeah. And just other agencies in New York at the moment, are you kind of, you say you see what wins at Cannes, you're looking at other agencies here and going, they're doing out of home really well as well. You know, the other stuff that you're seeing out in the wild.
Yeah, I mean, again, honestly, there's so much good stuff. Elf Beauty.
Yeah.
Just because we were talking about that. But like, there's constantly like a stream of really good work happening, I feel like. And it's not all from the same shops, which is what I also don't think good work happens just because of a good agency. It's the combination of good agency, a good client, the right timing. Sometimes it's just luck, the way it sort of all like clicks together.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we love looking at work from other regions. We're obviously London based, but we have this thing called Ooh, That's Nice on a Monday. It's on the socials and it's a kind of roundup of the week. We get more and more stuff from around the world now. So it's really interesting for us just to see what's out there, you know, finding like the temperature of the industry, what's making waves, you know.
Our Billboard at the End of My Street segment is sponsored by a company called Super Optimal, who have launched an AI-driven product that allows you to stop some of that wallpaper ads that you're talking about out of home, those functional crappy ads, and allow you to test them before they go up, and starts to improve the kind of certainly that lower level of creative. Have you seen any other kind of testing tools or AI-driven solutions coming into the business to help your creative teams?
Yeah, we on GMS, actually, I love the way we use testing, which is wild for a creative person to say. But it's like and it's not just words, it's actually repeated often and it's like followed through. Our clients say this, we're not using testing to ever make a decision. So it's never like, hey, we don't know what to select, therefore let's leave it to testing. It's like once we love an idea, we test it to just find out, is there anything we can do to improve it? And sometimes it's like, you know what, it's working, let's go with it. Or sometimes we've had learnings, and it's not just specific to out of home, but the way we use testing. And then we're like very open from like the fancy new neurotech testing to like just good old fashioned, like asking people. But I think as long as the spirit of testing is like not to make your decision, but to make it better, what do you get? What do you feel? And then sort of just like gut checking that helps a lot.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think that the more the technology advances, the better it can help make it work. Again, we talked about this earlier on today at the live event. It's about using tools for the right reasons. Yeah. And if it's for creative reasons, then it's just another one of those technologies, right?
Yeah, it's I'm sure you've heard this, all the gear, no idea, you know, which is a horror thing. But when it's used right, it's like, God, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, you need that help. I mean, the AI debate is kind of crazy in a way because it's another tool to help us. It's not to hinder, but I think it's become so subjective, and it's sort of it's a bit like Nils was saying actually for Nils at Uncommon. They did a thing for D&AD, and it was just, and he's done this speech saying there's always going to be shit ads out there, so don't worry about them. They take care of themselves. You put your energies into doing the good ones and stop worrying, and use AI as a tool to do that. There's a quote, I think there's one of the headlines on the D&AD work. It says, no one's going to frame your rant against AI. It's like, it's really
I saw that. I love that.
Good line.
our next regular segment is your very first billboard. We say billboard. It could be any out-of-home ad. What have you got for us, and where was it from? Where were you when you did it? And what's the story of it?
This is a good one. I like this one.
I think I will set the context because how old was I? I was probably like 20, 21, like fresh out of like college at an ad agency. I was at BBDO. BBDO was really, really new at that time in India. They'd sort of just launched. And I don't think the BBDO of today would even take this client on, to be very honest. Really? It was just like, and that's no disrespect to anyone. It was like, we were trying to get work out there, prove ourselves. It was sort of like,
get stuff out into the wild.
Yeah. And like, I think part of the goal also was to be able to make something that we win on. Yeah. So it was this travel agency called White Collar Hippies. I think on my first day, this was not my idea. My ECD cracks the idea and says, okay, go on, do something with it. Right. And I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like, but then
to the line, the world has less time left. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much said we should just like talk about all the shit that's happening. And that really also helped us get to this idea of like, it's a infographic. It's meant to be overwhelming with the like information. It also is one of those ads that has aged well because now, I think you mentioned it, the world has even less time left could be the like...
It's basically a doomsday prophecy.
It is a doomsday prophecy. I wish we had one for like the pandemic. Because this is, I'm trying to remember, probably 2011. And again, it ran at like bus stops and it ran as posters and it ran at like transit places like airports and stuff.
So just for our listeners, so it says unstoppable rise in Earth's sea level. And it looks like a sort of editorial, very well written, beautifully laid out. There's like a globe that's kind of, just sort of sinking into water.
And it's kind of graphic. So you've got, it's like Information is Beautiful, the book, right? You've got
Exactly. It's like, I remember, again, my ECD at the time saying, nobody's going to read all your words, but they're there in case someone does read it. Yeah. It's like, it needs to be there. It's that sense of, it's all going to shit.
And then you've got this sticker slapped on it. The world has less time left. Travel now. So it's a kind of like, go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah. So it's great. And the craft, what's the next one? That's about the increase in the world's nuclear arsenal.
Yeah. I think there's a fact in here that a bunch of nuclear warheads were lost and never found, and they're still lost.
That's scary, isn't it?
Yeah. Travel now.
Yeah.
It's great. It's beautifully put together. Really beautiful. God, it's and
then it won at Cannes as well.
Yes, so I was an intern 2 months in. I have a Cannes Lion, and I was just like, I still don't know anything. But there I was with the Lion. They confirmed me. I think I skipped junior copywriter, went straight to copywriter, and really I had just like shown up, done a lot of research, started writing the stuff, and was just lucky to be part of the team.
It's good though, because if you start like that, you know the standard that you've got to reach each time, and you kind of keep looking back at it. It's hard though.
Yeah. After that, there were obviously years where I've not won anything, and it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, forget it.
It's like a drug. It's like a drug. I want more. It's so Moorish. It's like heroin. It's so Moorish.
So we're going to dig into the work now, because you've got lots of it. All of a brilliant standards, as good as what you've just described. We're going to go in first with Netflix's Squid Game. So it's called The Challenge. There's something absolutely brilliant. So you did this at BBH, right?
Yep. This was just a couple of years back, 2 years ago, actually.
And it's a really funny campaign because it sort of takes the premise of the show and then brings it into real life. So if you could describe the kind of strategy to our listeners who haven't seen it.
So it's actually not just Squid Games. The show was called Squid Games, The Challenge, which basically was a reality show that Netflix launched for Squid Games, where basically they were asking people. It was quite an interesting show, but instead of the scripted drama, it's a reality show on the same premise. And it's like, how quickly would you turn on people? How quickly, like, what are you?
Isn't it like $1 million prize or something on there, right? It's 100 people, $1 million or 250 people.
It's exactly Squid Games, just without killing them, because that would have legal issues. Yeah. Even though if you have seen the show, they did have West that explode with like red oozing liquids. It was kind of weird. But the show itself was fascinating. And as we were sort of talking about this idea, like it really just came from this, there was a line, I think, in our strat, what would you do for $1 million? And sometimes when you're like drinking and shit talking, it's like, would you do that for how much money?
Yeah.
That's it.
Would you drink that? Would you? Yeah.
How much to do this?
That is the entire campaign. So what we did was we conducted a study where we actually sort of basically got like Americans to answer what they would do to do all this range of random immoral acts. And we had, I'm trying to remember, we probably had like 100 questions that we did. And then we contextually placed each of them with like really fun out of home. So this first one is like, on average, people would leave their dog's poop on a sidewalk for $100. See what they would do for 4.56 million. Squid Game, the challenge. And, we had some really outrageous things in the study that we had to be sort of pulled back from. But some of them were really funny because also like when we'd interview people, we had a film where we sort of just did a man on the street video and people were like, I do that for free. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. It depends how desperate you are, isn't it? I mean, it's a brilliant idea and it's sort of fallen into your lap because it is well, like you say, it's the premise of the product in a way.
It's the premise of the product. But again, I feel like the beauty of it is that bit where everyone's done this. You've had a question of like, how much would it take for you to do that? It's just made it into a campaign.
Yeah.
And then going contextual, I think really helped it. Like the airport idea where people would go barefoot on a flight for $150.
You see, I reckon I'd probably do it for $50.
$50?
Barefoot, because like you're nearly there when you got your socks, right?
I mean, okay, I'm not here to judge.
Okay, how much for you two to go barefoot on a flight?
Barefoot. I feel like...
Is there something wrong with that? Am I missing a trick?
Yeah.
Just like an airplane.
I just don't want to get my hairy toes out in public.
You don't want to see
I'm more worried about my hairy toes. Imagine how dirty that plane is. I need $1,000 and a free upgrade.
Me. What about your dog poop then? You see, because I know people in Highbury who just leave the dog shit for nothing. People just
do you know what? There's another thing that is covered in my photo reel. When Hugh takes his dog out for a walk. Now I'm a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Spurs fan. We go. He takes his dog around the Arsenal stadium for a walk and he allows the dog to poop. I'm not saying you don't pick it up, by the way.
I get directed by Dan.
But he takes a photo of it first and sends it to me because it's quite clearly outside our rival stadium.
I know. I'm a huge Arsenal fan.
Oh, you're an Arsenal fan?
I'm like delighted.
I'm going to send you now all the pictures of dog poop.
I wonder whether we need to end this podcast. Sorry, apologies. Dan said, get the dog to do a shit outside Arsenal. Okay, I'll send a photo.
Going back to the work, I think the power of context for out-of-home ads, I think, is what makes it super special because it's out in the real world and you're in a mindset. You're on a subway, you're getting a plane, you're sitting in the back of a cab, you're walking down the street. When you're able to do this level of content to contextualize it for an audience in a location for a product is where out of home really stands out. And I think that's the layer up that you've got. It's great copywriting anyway, right? You've gone and written all those questions and you've gone out and done some of the research. But when you get to then be contextual with your ads and make sure it works for an environment, it's level up.
It really is. And we've got the range of them here, but we had a one-off ad right in front of a handicap parking spot. And it's like, how much would it take for you to purposefully park your car there? And I don't remember the amount, but it's not like that ran everywhere. But even though it was the one ad, it's so powerful because you imagine if someone's walking past, it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. How did you, out of interest, so who did you write the questions with your partner?
Well, on this, we had a team, Chris and Jason, shouting them out. It was their idea. And then we sat and wrote, I'm trying to remember how many. We had a fuck ton of questions. We narrowed it down and then we sort of ran a survey. I think we used one of these one pulse sort of survey mechanisms.
Yeah. I was going to ask how you did it.
And we just got all those answers in. And then we also went on the streets and started interviewing people. And all of that became organic content where we would just walk around New York. I remember we did it it was November. It was cold. We were out for 2 days just interviewing people. Third day, I was just sick. Yeah. It was just I don't want to walk around New York asking random people. And we got some answers.
And that's all made yourselves, not shipped out to a production company.
No,
it was all...
Yeah, it was done... this project was done with like BBH being the like producers. Wow. We edited it in-house. Jim Schwartz, who's an editor at BBH, was the like editor on it.
Because it says on the headline, goes on average, and there's an asterisk. So where is the obviously you have to done that.
Yeah. Because there was also the like fluctuating range where one person would say $1 million, and we're like, you need to like rule out those idiots.
Take the top and the bottom out.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, there's some fun ones in here. People would clip their fingernails on a plane for $50. How about you guys?
I wouldn't do it on the plane.
I'm funny about fingernails, actually. I mean, I'm okay with the feet thing.
I do bite my nails because I hate them when I a bit chips off, but I'm really conscious of doing it in public, and I'm wearing this hoodie. I would like pick my nail in here.
People would invite a stranger and their family. So something their family gathering.
It also ran before Thanksgiving.
I was going to say,
which was, again, so like to your point of contextual, it wasn't just contextual with placements, it was also contextual with timing. So I think, I'm trying to remember, this was a while ago, but this was on a conveyor belt at an airport. So it was like, as people are going for Thanksgiving traveling.
Picking up their bags.
Up their bags, it's like, would you invite some random to your house?
It's perfect. I mean, it's a truth, isn't it? But then, like Dan was saying, it becomes so much more powerful when it's contextualized, and then all those campaigns are better when they feel closer to who you are, where you are.
I think you're right as well. It's something that we've all done, sitting in a pub, going, how much would you do that for? Like how much would you wear? How much would it take for you to wear a Man City shirt?
How much would you wear an Arsenal shirt?
I mean, there's not enough money in the world.
That's not true, though. Everyone has a price.
Everyone has a price.
4.65.
Yeah, 4.48 million or whatever.
4.56 million, you're going to be shouting, "Utopia coming up."
Yeah.
It does.
I'll sing North London forever as well if they put that on me.
It's like one of those, it's a campaign which has endless fun. Like I've got one here, serve expired cheese at a dinner party. Drunk dial your boss. I mean, it's... Everywhere you sit, it can work. Yeah. So it's that thing we were talking about, I think earlier, was about, there's so many platforms now, so it can be so confusing. And yet, if your idea is simple enough, it's a fucking joy because you can just put them everywhere. Yeah. And I think that's what this proves.
And honestly, this idea, obviously, it did really well in out of home, but it was an idea that lived everywhere. It had banners. It worked as a film. It worked as a website where, so on 19, what you see is that's the website where you could actually go and like test how morally corrupt or bankrupt you are compared to the rest of America.
It's brilliant.
It's really nice.
So what, did this pick up awards?
Yeah, we did. I know we won at D&AD for sure. We got the Brown Pencil.
Yes.
I think we picked up at Clios and one show, if I'm not mistaken.
Great. It's really, really good work. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, there's we have the list of credits as well, so people will see that on the feed for the podcast as well. So do have a look at that. There are a lot of people involved in this campaign, and they all deserve a mention. So we haven't got time to go through the full list, but they're all there in black and white.
I will also say this campaign. So Netflix came to us for a project. So this is the idea we won the pitch with. And we made.
Wow.
And that's always great when you can pitch with this idea, you win it, and then you make it. It's just a dream project.
Was it a one-off for Netflix then, for them coming to you? Was it a kind of...
we have worked with them in the past.
Yeah.
They do come for projects, but yeah, I mean, this particular team was probably not fully even people we'd worked with before. So it was a bit of a one-off.
Yeah, it's really good. Brave clients as well. So we do call out the clients quite a lot on our show. It's important to have clients who help make good work.
For sure.
Let's move on to Google and the Black Owned Friday campaign. So we've got some stuff in the deck on this, like a case study film and a bit of outdoor. But let's hear it from yourself.
Yeah, I haven't seen this campaign. It's probably because we spend most of our time in Europe. So do tell us about the campaign and a bit more detail about it.
Oh, for sure. So, this campaign was something that has become a property that they do every year, where it was all about turning Black Friday into Black Owned Friday to support Black businesses. And this was actually the third year that we did it. Again, it was something that we needed to pitch for. So BBH had done the first 2 years.
Right.
It won a bunch of awards. but still in our third year, we needed to pitch on it. We won the pitch. This was the idea that my partner and I had, which was, so the entire music video was, it was a music video with Ludacris where you could choose your own adventure. You could decide which Black-owned business he goes to.
Okay.
And then the story would play out differently for every single person. And there were like, I don't even remember how many combinations. We had decks and decks and decks that were like labeled decision trees. And we would like draw this stuff out. And
you had to produce all that video content as well for each of the routes.
I mean, yeah, it was insane. We were like editing for a month without exaggeration, because some of it we were like, the route would be in animation. So suddenly Ludacris is in animations. Some of it was just like practically shot. We shot all over Atlanta. It was just such a beast of a project, but it was awesome to do. And Out of Home wasn't like the core of this idea necessarily, but what we did have was a Times Square billboard. And we were like, you have a Times Square billboard? That's awesome. And what we decided to do was actually use the billboard. Of course, we would promote music video and stuff. But because you have animation on them, we would actually use the billboard to promote those businesses. Yeah. So you're talking about like a small Black-owned business that makes, I don't know, candles, suddenly having a Times Square billboard. And it wasn't really for like consumers as much as it was for the business owners, because the business owners themselves like freaked out over it. It was like,
they were down there taking photos of the Times Square billboard, right?
In our case study, we have it like where we had captured a business owner just like screaming, "My business up there on a Times Square billboard." It's like, it's pretty freaking cool to do that. And like it, and that is part of it, because we're not just talking to regular people. We're also sort of talking to Black businesses and telling them to list on Google. So it was sort of the vibe of the campaign. Again, Out of Home was definitely not necessarily like the biggest piece of it, but we felt like that was a really nice way of using it.
No, it really is. It looks great. And it's such a good story as well. I think, it's handing over what is prime out-of-home real estate to small businesses that would, not necessarily be able to afford to be on a Times Square billboard is
just how. So the very start of it, were you involved in the first round of it?
No, I was. I mean, I know the team that did and stuff like that, but no. We came in on year 3 when sort of I was in BBH LA when we moved to BBH New York, and it was going on pitch. We were put on the pitch, and then our idea sort of went through, and then we sort of made it.
It's a great thing. I'd never heard of it. I really love it. Okay,
2.4 billion media reach.
It still lives on actually as a platform. We unfortunately aren't the ones doing it, but like it's still started by us, and like that means something. That like to have an idea that like lives on now 6 years. It's quite cool.
Yeah, it's very good.
So we're going to move on and have a beer. Fancy it? Anyone fancy a beer?
Heineken, please.
Heineken would be nice.
Yeah.
A Heineken Sphere. Tell us about Heineken Sphere. This is pretty outdoor.
This is very outdoor.
What, for our listeners, give us a bit of context on this project.
Heineken, basically this was for the F1 race in Vegas. And obviously that's a really big deal. And we kind of set out to paint the town silver. That was pretty much our brief, because we had amazing high impact we had the Sphere, and this is a couple of years back. Now you've seen so much more really cool shit happening on the Sphere, but it was like a couple of years back, we had the Sphere. We didn't just have the Sphere, we had a bunch of really cool, big 3D billboards all over Vegas. And we just needed to create something really simple, but something that would get noticed. And that's what we started to do. We called it our ice disco ball.
Right.
It sort of starts off as a bit of a disco ball. It turns as it rotates. It freezes, and then it cracks open to reveal this like giant can. And I think the entire team, we've had so much learnings on this, because it was like, you can scribble this out, but the actual process of making it, just the physics of a sphere this big and sort of doing it was just like wild. But it was so noticed. It was like, it's crazy when like we had friends who went for the race, and like it would show up behind in their pictures, and you're just like, oh, damn,
on the TV feed,
I did that.
and
like, it was.
It's fucking awesome. I'd love to do something to do with the
And I should shout out BCN, because really, when I say we didn't know how to do this, we had the idea, of course, but they're the ones who like made it happen. So like,
they've done a fantastic job. They've done quite a few of the Sphere things I've seen. There's like a PlayStation one that was really good.
I think you need like some level of expertise to do this.
Yeah, and they're a great 3D house. There are others out there as well. There's some people that I've used down in South America. There's quite a few in London actually. Shout out to Liminal, who are fantastic 3D operators. And doing something that's this complex in production, it can be frightfully expensive. And the media itself on the Sphere is over $1 million worth of media, right? And when you're paying that level of premium for an out-of-home asset, you have to really invest in the creative, and that's otherwise it doesn't.
There's no hiding when you are on the largest screen made ever, which is wild to think about. That we made an ad and it's on the largest screen that's ever been made. Yeah. The entire animation was, I think, it took 30 seconds. So in a way, it was a film, and it would play multiple times. I think we had 90-second windows, so it would play thrice every window, and those windows would happen every couple of hours. So you can't get away doing something, it could have been better. No, because everyone's going to fucking see it.
Yeah, everyone's seeing it. Every F1 fan's seeing it. Every team's seeing it. You can see it from the paddock. You can see it from everywhere around Vegas.
Do you think, if you're a creative in America, is that the pinnacle of outdoor to get your work on there? It's quite interesting.
I think that in Times Square.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
Because in England, we have... they're called Piccadilly Lights. It's Piccadilly Circus, which is mega. And then there used to be that other one, the biggest one. It wasn't the biggest one in the world, but it's that really long one by the motorway, which isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
It got knocked down. That thing you go, like you're just saying, it's the biggest thing. So you got to get a great
That's
message.
the biggest screen in the world, isn't it? And it's got a screen inside that's sort of the same.
I mean, it's how long has it been up?
Couple of years, maybe 3 years, maybe.
I think 3.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah,
I think we need to get our logo on there, Dan.
I'll talk to them.
Yeah.
I saw Pepsi did something last year where they did some stuff with influencer content with it that tied into their anamorphic content. It was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
The Pepsi Cherry as well. I loved ever since I first saw it at the Sphere. I grew up doing digital out of home creative, and that still excites me. That's a big round screen. That's like so from a geekiness level, I'm like, I want to make content that goes on the big round screen. And it's
I would love. I think we should aim for that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do BTB Vegas.
Yeah, behind the Sphere.
Talk to a few people. I'm sure it'll happen.
But then you also had the anamorphic content running on the Strip as well. So you had other screens there as well.
And again, it all sort of played off each other because it was the same sort of content using the ice that cracks and stuff. It was a really big out of home play. Actually, it wasn't just that. We also had traditional billboards. We also had stuff at the airport. So really, as soon as you landed in Vegas, all you were going to see was that was our brief: paint the town silver. So that's what we did.
It's great. I really like the handbag fake out where she pops her hand in. It's just it's just simple, but it's very satisfying to watch. And paint a town silver, that's, I suppose that's what we're paid for, the big idea, because once you said that, I was in, because before that I was thinking, oh, right, there's an overriding thought. You go, oh, right, yeah, that makes sense. So it just dominates then. It's big enough, isn't it?
And that's what, so there's the other thing I think here, you talk about the pinnacle of opportunity to move the dial, the Times Square takeover stuff that I see. I'm like, wow, that's another thing. Like, I want to take over every single one of those screens at Times Square. I'm going to do a story. We've used one of those images for this trip when we've been in New York, where we've photoshopped the behind the billboard logo, and I was like, I really want to do that for real now.
Yeah, I know.
Take over.
Yeah,
but again, that's more than the Sphere. You're talking like a couple of $1 million worth of media.
Yeah, at least the Sphere is like one screen. You kind of go just that. Like Times Square, we were talking to someone earlier today, and I would love to know the amount of shapes, the different.
Oh yeah,
it's mind blowing.
I remember when I first did something that went on the American Eagle board. We worked with Disney, and it was 2012 maybe for Disney parks, and we turned the American Eagle board, which is kind of higgledy-piggledy, but it's kind of pointed pyramid shape. We turned it into the Disney castle.
Oh, nice.
So it was like piecing those pieces together and animating it, and we had live pictures coming in from one of the other boards. Like, it was 6 months of work.
Yeah.
And then you just, your head explodes.
The
after
lead
a while.
time and all of it is
the thing that throws me a bit, we walked through there earlier today, was there are still some statics as well. So you're kind of going, oh yeah, it's all digi. And go, no. If you want to buy every one, there's loads of shapes and sizes. Some moving, some not. We have got Piccadilly lights in England and London, but it's not.
And Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo, that's the big. And then actually Dubai now is you can't move. If you stand still long enough, you're getting an LED strapped to you. So some of the biggest LED screens now in United Arab Emirates.
Do you think, sorry, it's a question for all of us, is Times Square going to be outdone at some point?
No.
You don't think?
I can't see it.
No.
It might be outdone in its physical space, but there's more about it than just those screens. It's like the energy of it. It's a little like, but it's crazy.
But in a weird way,
but New Yorkers don't go near it. They're like, I stay away from it. Yeah.
But in a weird way, it's sort of like, it's because like people have built a bit on a bit and a bit, and it becomes like you would never have designed. If you started again, you go, just do a sphere. That's nice and clean. But this thing's like fucking...
Yeah, it's not very effective when you have 9,000 screens screaming at you. But somehow that's magical. It's
maybe it should be a migraine pill. Right, we're going to move away from these screens. We're going to... we were going to have this at the top of the show, and then Dan and I decided... Well, Dan decided to put it at the end of the show. Either way, we love it.
He's not bitter at all about it. Can you tell?
I wanted to start with it because I think it's great, but actually it's a great. We just hate missing stuff at the end if we didn't have time. But that's why we took a couple of other things of yours out, because we just wanted to focus on this. So this is Duncan at Home, and I think the minute we saw it, I don't know where we saw it. I saw it or Dan saw it. We went, oh my God, have you seen this? And he just go, brilliant. And it was barely even anything to do with us.
Just beautiful simplicity. But talk to us about the campaign though. From this, we can give our opinion, but we want to hear about it.
Just for our listeners, it's Duncan at Home. It's a pack of coffee, which looks like something else. Take it away.
I mean, firstly, I should tell you how we came at this, because that will...
please do.
So Sapna, who's my art partner, and we were working on a bunch of, we were working on some ideas for Duncan at Home. Our initial task started with maybe we want to do an activation. Out of Home was part of it, but we weren't fully sure. And we had a setup slide, which I'd just written something complete, nothing too important, something about, hey, coffee, and now they bring it at home. And I left a comment for Sapna saying, I don't know, put something there, which I often do. And she pretty much put a tiny pack and cropped it. And the rest of it was filled with my giant copy. And I was just looking at it going, damn, the slide is actually like firstly, she's brilliant. And I was like, all credit to her. But I was like, this slide might be better than the idea that this slide is meant to set up. And then I was just looking at it and it just clicked. I was like, fuck, that is the ad. And the first thing we had to do was check that no one else has done this. Because like you said, it's so simple that you're almost
you have to double check. You have to go
surely someone else has realized that a coffee pack kind of looks like a house, or this could work for so many other categories. And we're like, okay, clean. And then I frantically call her. I was like, you idiot, you're a fucking genius. You cracked it. I was like, the idea is the setup slide.
Now, and was she just being funny, or was it the idea? Was she just going, I don't think put it in there to wind him up?
No, I don't think she realized that was the idea. Right. She's brilliant. She just designed that slide like that. And I take great credit because obviously she's the art director and deserves all the credit. But I was like, I spotted it. It would have been a separator slide.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Do you know what? This is a lesson to everyone. Always do some random shit setup slide with loads of type on it. Because it could end up your idea.
And I mean, obviously after that, there was so much craft that went into it. There were tons of tests. We realized that scale played a really important part in it. Yes. Which is why those big, beautiful skies, and then just letting it breathe. Because in some ways, I think the bit that gets me most excited when I'm explaining it, it's like it's a pack shot that says everything.
Yeah,
like
we had that on our script. It's the most beautiful pack shop ever.
So
it.
So then there was a lot of experimentation, a large team involved. But the way it started was a separator slide, which is just like wild.
So tell us a bit more about the craft. So once you've got the idea, did you go into Erica all excited, showing it, like, hey, look what we got? And is it straight off the bat like that? Or did you have other stuff?
Well, we went in with this one. We knew this was it. Because honestly, this was our challenge. It's like people know Duncan. People don't know you can have it at home, show the product. And we're like, that's all we need to do. We can say everything with that. What we did do is after we sort of were approved on it, we had probably like 100 rounds of just trying different things. And we actually came right back where we started, which was the gradient sky, because we tried taking the pack indoors and tried having a plant that looks like a tree. We tried really art directing it. Right. We overdid it for sure. Wow. But I think we wouldn't have slept at night if we did not do that entire experimentation. So
it's very good of you to admit that.
No, we did it. And then we just sort of landed up back where we started.
So there's something I read about it that I'm not sure if I'm going to say this right, but you had to achieve 7 different gradients to reflect the 7 different product variants. Is that correct? Is that why there's so many skies?
Exactly. So
tell us a bit about that.
They've got as you click through, you can see there's French vanilla, there's pumpkin, there's midnight blend. And then we started really having fun with what back goes with what sky. And sometimes it was just gut, but there was a lot of again, the art directors and our design team actually found sky images, and we'd be like, what reminds me of pumpkin? It needs to be a fall sky. It needs to be a fall sky.
Okay.
Evening. You need to get that warmth in it. And then we'd sort of get it. Like French vanilla was meant to be a clear day. So each of them have that level of thought. The sky, where you sort of use the sky to capture the essence of a flavor.
So the whole thing was created in BBH Studios?
Well, no. So this we partnered with Harbor, who are part of the Publicis group as well. And we had great support from them. And we basically recreated the pack in 3D. And we made certain decisions, but it's still the pack. But certain decisions to make sure that you land
felt home.
Exactly.
More.
Home, the cropping of it, the angle of it, all of it, the lighting of it, which needed that extra layer of control, which we felt like CG was the best way.
And the skies as well, all generated in CG.
Well, we used real skies as inspiration, literally choosing the skies. I remember and being the gradient now needs to be. We had endless hours of just gradient exploration. We have a designer, Manish, who was just making gradients. I feel like that's what he was doing for a while, just gradients.
Yeah.
But then it all sort of started coming together when we took those the real sort of colors from the gradient. Harbor sort of created the packs, and as it started, we knew we were onto something really special as you start seeing round 1 coming in your eyes.
And so I'm curious to know though, is that the end of the amount of skies and the amount of gradients, because that is all they're offering? Would you do more, or are you kind of done unless they bring up more product variants? Do you know what I mean?
I guess, when does this air? I must ask.
First 2 weeks of January.
Okay, so then I'm safe. We actually have also, and this is a case of the out of home leading to it. We've created a beautiful film where the same idea has now extended to film, which should be out by the time this is out, which is why I'm being But and again, we sort of, in that film, we play with sky really nicely because I think you see it in some of them. I'm not sure if you do actually with these examples, but when you arrange them, you can almost create a day with the change in light. And that's how we've sort of tried to use the skies in a film where it's it starts with sunrise and you go through the day, these beautiful skies. And it's just architectural shots with a really beautiful track.
You see, that has to win at Cannes. I mean, for me, this is it's right up there with British Airways.
There's not that many ads that would start as a poster and turn into a film is you find a lot that go the other way around, and the posters aren't as good. And this is the poster idea that was now translated into a film.
It's such a simple visual get. Honestly, it's an idea made for out of home. Like this ran, of course, on social. It ran in commerce. It we've used the assets and across, but it's made for out of home.
Fair play to your client as well, because we've said it many times, but it's so tempting. Look at all that space. Oh, just put the website on or a hashtag. No, and leave it.
Honestly, I say this, this wouldn't be possible without them, because they did not once sort of worry about there were moments where they were like, in that one, your pack's looking too big. You're losing the sense of scale, which is, it's not easy for a client to say. So really our clients.
And they're not going, and we need our URL on there, and we need our Instagram handle, and we need our
available
also available at Target. Like, no, you don't need that.
It's good. There's a very sweet photo we saw with, obviously some of the creators of the work. Is that in Times?
That is in Times Square.
Yep. It also.
Are you in that photo?
That is me, clean shaven.
Oh my gosh!
There you go.
It is. Great shot.
The billboard is called The Beast.
Yeah,
and
the big one in Times Square.
It was honestly beautiful because everything else was screaming at you.
And there's just a moment of calm. Yeah.
It just looks like, wait, is that quite right? Is that screen not got something on it? It's just
so out of interest, because you just described the film. You could imagine it becoming digital in some way, something happening there. So it would make a beautiful. It's like a kind of, I don't know, those sort of things you see in art galleries where they just ever so slightly changed.
Yeah,
it's kind of.
We didn't get anywhere with it, and we don't normally activate there. Out of home and film made sense for the business, but we did even consider doing it experientially. Do you actually create these packs? Because it's it's so simple. It's the pack, and if I had a pack, it's now when I walk into a Dunkin' store, because they have them lined up for people to buy and take home, all I see are these houses, houses.
A row of houses.
Just it's a neighborhood of packs.
There was an ad quite recently for orange juice. But they created a billboard frame, and they just had the orange juice pack on there, and you could see this, because the orange is made by the sun. It was you could just see the sky in the background, and I get vibes of on slide 40 of the Beast. You get vibes of I'm looking through the billboard, I can see the sky behind.
That's nice.
It's such a nice.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, you could probably make a 24-hour ad.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Hey, look, you've given him away. Start charging, Dan.
It's so nice.
We could talk about this all day. I could actually look at it all day. It's one of those ones where you think,
oh, what's that one?
This could have ran 30 years ago. You don't need, but it's running now, and that's what I love about it. It's timeless. It's beautiful. It's you can make it into a little film. And then maybe a sweet day sweep, but it's in its purest form. It's one.
It is out of film.
It's one of the greatest billboards we've seen. I mean, it's right up there.
Oh, it's up there with the best of.
Has it been? How recent was it?
Only a couple of months ago, really.
Yeah.
So you haven't had a chance to enter it and to show. Well, so it'll be Christmas, right? You'll be entering it.
Yeah. Right now, we've entered it nowhere yet. Obviously, we want to. But just the reaction we got was great. Not just regular people seem to love it. People notice it. My LinkedIn comments, it's CCOs are commenting on just this is what advertising is. It's got, like you said, that it's classic, simple. There are no tricks, there are no gimmicks. There's no fancy. There's no tech involved. It's not AI. It's just simple. It's an idea.
I love the fact it's you had to question that it's so simple that I need to Google search the hell out of it to make sure no one else has done this before.
That's the horrible feeling as well.
The really awkward couple of days where I'm just like, someone must have done this. Someone must have done this. I need to find it.
And also that feeling we obviously loved it, but when you work on it, you're in the weeds on it, and then we're waiting. And the day it came out, I was like, is it just too simple? Will people actually get how cool this is? And then they did, and you're like, okay, thank you.
I mean, it's funny because looking at it again, there's that desire to put when you put it in Times Square, saying that everyone else is screaming, and it actually makes your ad even better. I mean, it's beautiful as it is, but then it proves the sort of the problem at the moment with people just trying to put too much stuff on stuff, and it's not working. It's great, mate. It's
really good.
Absolutely spectacular.
We're going to finish up with your favourite ever billboard.
Okay.
Surely it's Duncan at home. Any end of show.
Okay, thank you. No, I also I don't think I'm capable of like saying what my favorite ever billboard is.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm far too much of an advertising nerd.
Lots of people have a couple, and they're like for different reasons.
Yeah. I'll tell you why I've put this piece. This is it's a brilliant fucking idea, but like, I think what I love about it is...
Sorry, to say what it is for our listeners.
Oh, sorry. It's Bundles of Joy Burger King.
Thank you.
So I saw this and I had a moment where I was just like, holy fuck, this is not just me. Because what happened was when my wife gave birth, there's like so much information, but like while she gave birth, she wanted to eat, well, in her case, she wanted McDonald's, to be very honest. But she was like, that is not her at all.
Yeah.
She was like, I want something greasier.
It's an animal instinct. We talked about this, didn't we?
I was like, yes, I promise you will have it. And obviously, there's no way I will ever show that because she would kill me. But I have a photo that doesn't look that different from this out of home.
Yeah.
And I never really thought of it. It's not something I'd ever spoken to with anyone else, but it's something we make fun of. And I'm just like, I'll pull it up and show it to her and stuff like that. And it's like, and then when I saw this, I was like, wait, other people have this feeling. It's not just, and I don't know, for me, that realization of like, this is a true insight and the way it sort of hit me, I was just like, that's fucking brilliant. Because I lived it. I lived exactly that. And I have a picture, which is really funny. My son was born at 1:53 a.m. and at 2:05 a.m. it's her with the burger.
Wow.
And like, it's just, it's exactly the ad. And then when you can like take something that's like that personal.
So when you saw it and it was coming out of London, did you quickly, did they ask for people's opinion on it, or whether they, because I think Helen Rhodes told me that when they did it, and Felipe, that they did talk to people and found all of these stories.
In my case, absolutely not. I only saw it once it was live, and I was just like, blown away.
So got to tell the truth. So if our listeners have heard this story before, apologies. So I saw it and I was like, what? So my wife is a completely opposite story. She never listens to the show, so we're okay. She had a piece of toast in a very British manner with marmalade, a tiny piece of toast, right? And she's nibbling it with a cup of tea. And I was like, does that happen? So then we had Dave Masterman on the show. Dave's a very good ECD in London at VCP, and he said, "Oh, my wife wanted a whole pizza." And then you
my wife was McDonald's as well. Yeah. She was like, go get me a Big Mac now.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
I just pushed a human out. Go get me a Big Mac.
Yeah. There was like a giant Coke, American size.
The big gulp.
There was like fries on her bed and she was just like eating it. And I was just like, okay. And like, I genuinely did not realize that this is something people do.
It's so apparently today with you and a lot of our shows, well, so much, the truth, truth, that's what it's about. And this is a brilliant one to have. So thank you so much, and thanks for coming today. Sure. It's been a real pleasure on all levels. We've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
That was really good.
Really good. I could have talked even more. I mean, that's hard to imagine.
Now I want some Dunkin' coffee as well. Yeah. I've got the coffee buzz going.
And I now want to see what that film's going to look like.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be really beautiful. It's so good. And it's like I was saying, I don't know when I was saying it, but it's like that could have ran in 1970. It can run in 2025. It's timeless.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. But then I can't wait to see that film. I think it's going to be a massive award winner. I hope it is. If it isn't, I'll be really, I don't know.
I think it will.
Yeah.
What have you seen as we've been walking around for Ooh, That's Nice over the last couple of days?
Well, it's going to be an Ooh, That's Nice Manhattan special. I've taken lots of pictures, lots of films of you. So, in Love Actually, when he's obsessed.
It's like weirdly, it's like yesterday when it was raining, you're stopping and taking photos. I was like, it's going to be sunny tomorrow. There's loads of chance to take photos.
Let me just so listeners know what's happening. So, in Love Actually, when it's Keira Knightley marries her husband to be, and Egg from This Life, I can't remember his name, Andrew Lincoln, stands at the door. He's obsessed with her.
With his funny little signs.
Yeah, and he does the wedding video, and the wedding video, all it does is it focuses on her, not on him. So what's going to happen is, I've been walking around New York, Joe's looking at me going, I've just taken photos of you, so it's going to look like Dan Dawson goes to New York.
No, I took some video of you today looking like a weirdo.
Yeah, and that won't make the cut. Anyway, so what have I seen? The Barclays thing I really liked.
I like the Barclays thing.
Listeners, we saw, I think it's three brilliant strips up a building, digital strips, and they're just filling up with snow.
Yeah.
That was lovely.
Very sweet. The Coca-Cola thing today in Times Square on
Coca-Cola thing was lovely.
The New Tradition screen looks great.
Yeah, I saw some ChatGPT stuff, which is, I'm still not sure, but it's very simple. It really stands out. I saw a few last night on the way home. Well, so we're going to do a special on that. But
you know what? I think it's an underutilized format here in New York. But the Link NYC screens I still like. They're kind of community notice board stuff, and there's some great ads on it. I mean, I've personally done some amazing ads on it, but but it's still underutilized. There's not enough really good advertising on there for my money, and I hope that improves.
Yeah, no, it's been. I mean, I think joking aside, we have taken a lot of footage of stuff, and hopefully we can cobble together a nice little reel of stuff when we get back.
Before we depart for today's episode, let's just hear from our sponsors.
Dan.
Yeah.
Do you know what I do? Genuinely, do you know what I love about outdoors?
No, I don't.
Loads and loads. But one of the best things, I think Heg actually mentioned it, but we're champions of this. You can't swipe it. You can't skip it. It's everywhere. It's real and it's there. And if it's done well, the impact is massive.
We're saying it's omnipresent. Do you like that word?
Ooh. Swallow the dictionary.
I think Bauer Media Outdoor really get that as well. I mean, they've got the scale as well to back that up. They've got 33,000 sites across the UK. But I think what's great is, having such a big media owner on board as a sponsor is the way they help our community and brands actually use the space properly.
Yeah, and they've got tons of guidance. How to craft great posters, making sure designs are not just seen but actually remembered, which is the absolute, the most important pin.
Powerful posters, if you will.
Exactly.
We're really lucky. This episode is brought to you by Bauer Media Outdoor. They're one of the UK's largest out-of-home media owners. The billboard at the end of my street is brought to you by Super Optimal. Design intelligence for out-of-home. Super Optimal delivers simple, machine-driven analysis and actionable insights for reviewing and improving out-of-home ad design. Designers and media teams can quickly analyze billboard and poster designs, gain optimization feedback, and deliver out-of-home design that is fit for purpose. Test and learn. Make informed design decisions and elevate your out-of-home campaigns at superoptimal.ai.
Ooh, That's Nice is brought to you by View to Fill, the out-of-home campaign photography and video experts. View to Fill have spent a decade mastering the art of out-of-home campaign capture. They know how these campaigns run: adaptive display schedules, dynamic creatives, and high expectations. That's why brands trust them to deliver stunning photography and next-level videography. From drones to time-lapse and motion capture, View to Fill turn your campaign into powerful content that lives far beyond the humble billboard. Because out-of-home campaigns are not just about being seen, it's about being remembered and creating a legacy. Want to future-proof your next campaign? Visit View to Fill to capture the essence of your campaign. Our music is sponsored by Gas Music, delivering sound, music, and magic.
It's great to have those guys on board.
They support us so well.
They are the reason that we're here in New York. We also have to say thanks again to Newsstand Studios here in the Rockefeller Center, and Joe is the main man.
A little round of applause. Joe's put up now quite a while. There's more to come.
We got Silent John at home. We've got Silent Joe here, which is really good. And our friends at Gas Music for our lovely.
And of course, we got to Joe through Soho Radio.
We did.
Rachel, Adrian, and Nick.
Yep. So let's say thanks to everyone, and thanks to you listeners. We will
see you on the next one. We're going to check the lights now, see if they've lit that tree up. Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
Maybe have a pint of Guinness.
Maybe a pint of Guinness.
Okay.
See you later.
See you later.